So, Governor Bush, you said you've been a big fan of NASA and space exploration.
I am.
As you know, America's been without a manned spaceflight capability since 2011.
Yes.
And right now, NASA and its partners are developing vehicles to take us to low Earth orbit and beyond. NASA is dealing with a commercial crew program, the Orion capsule, and the Space Launch System rocket. These are very critical efforts. Do you support these efforts, and what would your specific space policy be as president?
Well, I think the idea that we do not have a replacement to the space shuttle, we mothballed it and didn't have a replacement, is outrageous. And it's against our national security interests. When we have to rely on the Russians to get payload up to the space station, that is just totally wrong. And the lack of planning or the lack of interest in this, I think, is dangerous for our national security, for military purposes. And I don't know what your motivation is about space. Mine is that this is part of who we are. This is part of our DNA. This is America at its best when we explore, when we conquer the unknown, when we discover things that in our wildest dreams we couldn't have imagined. Great engineering feats take place. NASA's efforts are extraordinary in so many ways. So I think there needs to be a clear vision for what NASA's doing. I think it needs to be done in partnership with great private sector visionaries. The idea that Elon Musk has a business that now is launching payloads into space and bringing back their vehicles without having, to use it again is extraordinary. That's the kind of capacity we need. My guess is Jeb Bezos, apart from sending your Amazon stuff with little drones right to your doorstep, I'm sure he's planning that. He's also focused on this as well. There is lots of reasons for us to be engaged, and I don't think it's a big investment to get the kind of returns that you can with a clear strategy for space. So I'm always hopeful that there's one person in the town hall meeting that brings up the space deal, because it is, to me, it's important. And 2 days ago I was in a restaurant in New Hampshire, and a 15-year-old kid who was a little gawky, that's about the age that kids are gawky. I asked him what his interest was, and he just lit up and he started talking about space. And he loves math and science, and I think restoring that kind of at the center of who we are is something that's really important.